everybody, my name is Marianne, and I wanted to do an introduction video to tell you about myself. Um, and after that, I'm going to get into kind of what I want to do with my videos, what I'm aiming to do. But let's start with some questions. What is your favorite time of the day and why? Favorite time of day? Probably like morning. I like to be up early, even though my butt likes to sleep in. I don't like to do anything in the morning, but it's my favorite time of day. I love to see the sunrise. Where I live now, I don't really get to see that, but it's so nice to see the colors in the sky and just hear the birds, and it's fresh start. Everything's always so new. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? Germany, hands down. My best friend's mom was German, and I got to travel there for a school trip, um, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. The people didn't really like us, um, but it was a wonderful place. Um, it was so interesting to see the differences between what U.S. citizens do and what German citizens do, because we went into a restaurant kind of cafe, and we ordered coffee and cake, but we got like actual plates. Like, I never get that. Not at like Starbucks. That's not something you get. You get like paper plates and stuff like that. But we got actual plates, and that just shocked me. It threw me for a loop. Including that I had to order in German. I can speak very, very basic German. I can probably hold a conversation, but that's about it. But we had to order in German, and you can't tell it now, but I had a very thick accent. You can still hear it every now and then, but I had a very thick accent, and so I spoke German with a southern accent, and you could tell it. I had a couple people kind of squint at me, like, I know what you're saying, but you're not saying it right. um, what is your major? I am on a hospitality major, um, but that's looking to change. I am moving and probably changing schools in the process. But I love working with people. It's my favorite thing. I have two degrees, and I have an associate's degree in arts, an associate degree in fine arts performing. So I kind of like people. I like working with people. I like dealing with people. I like talking to people. Just kind of my thing. I'm not great at it. Don't let me lie to you. But I enjoy it. Name an imaginary college class you wish the school offered. Okay, I wish the school offered Klingon as a language. I am a huge Star Trek nerd, and I would love to learn that language because it's similar. It's a guttural language, and German is also on the guttural side. I think it's so cool to hear the languages like compared. I would love to learn that as an actual class. Would you rather explore outer space or the bottom of the ocean? Outer space. I was an outer space kid. I love being in outer space. Or I say that like I've been to outer space. I love the idea of outer space. My boyfriend talks all the time about the different things in space, and I won't pretend to know all about it, but it's interesting. The things that happen out there is so cool. I understand that the ocean is like unexplored and very interesting, but it's always been space for me. I love space. Who is your favorite Disney character? Oh. Okay, we're gonna say Disney princess. It's either Tiana or Moana. I love both of them so much. My sister, when Moana first came out, gave me a Moana lunchbox, and then I have you. There's those rubber chickens you see them at like stores and stuff, and they're really loud. I have a hey hey chicken that screams like that, and I adore it. um, it's just so cool. It just screams. You squeeze it, and it just screams. It makes my life. It makes my life. That's it. um, have you ever had a nickname, and what was it? I've had plenty of nicknames. I had Miri, which is the name that I use. I've had Mist. I've had Twig, Tree, Bee. I've had I have had a lot of nicknames. What would your superpower be and why? I think my superpower would be to manipulate emotions. Um, I love the idea of being able to touch somebody and just magically make them happy. Um, I wrote a fan fiction. I know. I wrote a fan fiction that talked about how this character was able to manipulate a person's emotions, and that's how she was able to get away with a lot of things. What fictional world or place would you like to visit? Anywhere. Any books that I've read, any movies, Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth. Oh my gosh, that would be a dream come true. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a geek. I like the nerdy things. I like movies. I like books. I like games. So it's kind of a bunch of things that you guys will be hearing about from me. You can have anyone fictional as your imaginary friend. Who do you choose and why? I would probably choose Halt from Ranger's Apprentice. He is like a snarky, kind of sarcastic character, and he's super smart. But he reminds me a lot of my dad, and so I think that would probably be my imaginary friend would be Halt. Another question. What is your best scar story? So I'm guessing it's like how I got my scar. Um, what happened was I was making pork chops in the oven. I had put all the pork chops, I had cooked it on the stove first, and then we were putting it in the oven to finish it up. And I got the pan out of the oven, set it on top of the oven, forgot about it, and when I went to go reach for a utensil, I laid my arm right on top of the very, very hot handle. And I have like there was a hole in the handle, so I have like a half circle. And then a couple weeks before that, I burnt myself on an iron in about the same spot. So the two burns together looked like I had a 5 on my arm. I was like, gosh dang it, man. I burned a 5 into my arm by accident. It was horrible. Um, are you a good dancer? I like to think that I am. not like a conventional dancer, like you go to the club and you dance, not really my thing. But I've danced for 11 years. I have experience in ballet, tap, jazz, point, lyrical, some African, and Polynesian. If you could see one movie again for the first time, what would it be and why? Um, The Mask. I love that movie. I watched it since I was a child. Um, I think it's hilarious. It is one of my favorites. It's comedy I can understand. Um, to watch it for the first time again would just be a thrill. I really like Jim Carrey. He's got a lot of physical humor, and that's stuff I can understand. I have a hard time understanding most humor, um, but I can get some like slapstick comedy kind of humor, and I just love it. That whole movie is just one of my favorites. Would you rather travel back in time to meet your ancestors or in the future to meet your descendants? Definitely back in time. I like history a lot. Um, I don't study history. That's not really what I do. But I like the idea of history. I like learning from the history. So I think to learn from my ancestors would be a thrill. I think that would be something so cool. Alright, so that's all the questions I have. Now to talk about what I'm going to put up on my channel. Um, I'm kind of treating this as a vlog kind of thing, just to keep trying to work on my communication skills and technology skills to put up videos for you guys. But I also want to use this as a place to put up video games that I play. My friend started streaming the other day, so I think I'm going to kind of follow in her footsteps and just kind of branch out and try something new. Alright, thank you guys. Bye!